Podtacular, episode 275, Bulletin Update for March 8th, 2012.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast. I am your host, Duststorm.
Dustin thinks ladies listen to this. I am your host.
We do have ladies that listen to this.
Oh, really? Who?
Sliders.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you obviously don't visit the forums that much.
Oh, calling me out, son.
Heyo.
Calling me out.
Heyo.
But Daft here does enough that I don't
VS
have
Angel listens to the show.
VS Angel listen. Okay.
She's awesome. Admit it.
We got some codes from her today.
She's all right.
You would like to be her son if you could. Let's be honest. She's
short.
Friendly.
She's really short.
Oh, really? She's really short? I haven't met her, so I'm not going to comment on that.
Just look at pictures from PAX up on CM Near's Facebook. She's short.
Daft, you haven't introduced yourself yet.
I'm DaftLink. Co-host extraordinaire. Woo.
Woohoo. I'm done with college, thank God.
So this week we had a new Halo Bulletin, as we do every single week.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but this time it's basically littered with questions from the community about what we saw from Monday.
Did they answer any of the questions, Dustin?
Yeah, they give non-answers. Woo.
Mostly not.
Thank you, Frankie.
Do you think they handpicked them on purpose, or they picked them at random?
I think they pretty much handpicked them.
So it looks like that they forcibly, they didn't want to answer really questions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's at the point of time during the development of the game where they're not going to really answer anything, and they have their timetable of when they're going to actually release stuff. And if they're not really going to give straight answers, I don't even know why they decide to answer the questions in the first place. Because it's just okay. Well,
is there a certain question that you're really referring to?
I mean,
or just like a general.
A bulk of the questions from today were basically, we would love to talk about it. We talk about it, but when we do talk about it, you're not going to be disappointed.
Look, I'm going to pull it up right now.
I'm going to give everybody an example of one of these of why we're frustrated. So here's one question. Somebody asked a simple, easy question. Will Skulls be returning to Halo 4? That's the question, right? Okay.
Yeah, simple. Yes, no answer.
The answer is there will be interesting ways to replay Halo 4, as is traditional in the series. So what does that mean?
Yeah. Another example would be, what will the ranking system be like? Answer, it will be altered. More news later. Okay, great. Right.
Altered from what? Altered from Reach or altered from all of them?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really answer.
Another one was any chance we'll be getting Forge info anytime soon? The answer is, we will discuss the future of Forge later this year. It will not be sad news. Oh, just thanks for that.
Well, I mean, that's good to know. Later this year probably means...
I mean, but they could have just said, we're not willing to discuss it right now. Yeah. Or on top of that, it's like...
Well, they should have did a bulletin if they don't have any answers.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of the point that we're trying to make is if you don't have any answers for us, then why give us these vague answers that aren't even answers?
See, this one takes the cake. Will there be multiple editions like with previous Halo titles, like Standard, Limited, and Legendary?
Which everyone knows is a yes automatically.
Well, and answer is, after we announce the release date, we will announce what content will be available at retail. Okay, yeah, great, thanks.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and say I have no problem with Frankie in 343. I am fully expecting this game to blow my effing mind.
Well, are we all?
Yeah, we're
not saying we have a problem with Frankie. We're saying we have a problem with these non-answers filling up the bulletin. They should take a quality over quantity approach to it. Just the little tidbits of info that they actually gave us, like the Covenant and maybe how far they're in the development.
Yeah.
Just have those things in the bulletin, even if it's a small bulletin. It's quality over quantity. Everything else that would be given a non-answer like it was right here, they could have just said, to every other question we received, we're not willing to discuss, disclose info on that stuff at this time.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Give us answers on stuff you can actually answer. If you can't answer it, then don't even like halfway answer.
I mean, it's just dancing around the question. It's not addressing the question straight on. And
if it was like live and like me and Dustin were standing in front of him and we were recording and he couldn't answer it, these answers are pretty good sense, but not something that's text that you had time.
Yeah, not something that you have time to think, to sit down and think about how you're going to answer the question.
Yeah. So I mean, anyway, it's got some cool screenshots. It's the same stuff from this. It's pretty much everything that was. All the screenshots on here are from that trailer.
Right.
Or the whatever you want to call it, the Vidoc, whatever. And they're pretty nice pictures. They're actually in higher res than I could find on the internet. So I like this. I like the third one a lot. I think that's going to be my new background. That looks pretty cool. Dude, that battle rifle looks friggin' sweet. Look how much detail. Man, this thing looks like an action figure. It doesn't look like a video game. Master Chief.
Going back real quick to the I think we just need to call it a Vidoc. I think it's really a Vidoc.
Yeah,
going back to the Vidoc, is it just me or did the Warthog Dash really not have that much detail as people thought it did?
I mean, there's no point to it.
The Dash didn't. I mean, sure, the armor plating stuff had some detail, but the Dash really didn't have.
What's the point? I mean, I don't really see the point.
Because they were talking about how much detail they're putting into things. It's like, I look at the simple bitmaps that they have on the dashboard. It's like, that's not detailed at all.
I don't know. I mean, I would agree that it doesn't look. It doesn't look any more. I mean, of course, it looks more detailed, but it's not something you got to like write home about or even mention. If you want to mention about some detail, look at the Chief's armor. Holy crap!
Yeah.
I mean, that's detailed, bro. That's not. If you think that you can see the little dots in his bulletproof stuff, or I don't really know what that's considered. Dude, that battle rifle looks awesome, though.
You love that battle rifle, don't you, Greg?
I know, it looks friggin' sweet. So obviously, I mean, what's going to happen?
Stop talking about that thing, can you?
Do you think at the start of the game that we're going to get weapons from Halo 3, and then eventually we're going to get the newer upgraded ones? Because
what do you mean newer upgraded ones? You mean like Reach ones?
The battle rifle obviously looks different. So, but I mean, do you think they're going to have the battle rifle look like the one in Halo 3? Because that's what's on Forward Onto Dawn. Or is he just automatically going to have to do it?
We're not completely sure what supplies they have on the frigate, to be honest.
Well, and since this is 5 years in the future, and since Covenant is going to be in the game, there is the reason to believe that maybe humans have brought new upgraded weapons with them, and then I'm guessing that's probably what's going to be happening. Is we're getting the whole upgrade like we saw from Halo 1 to Halo 2. We're basically getting a armor suit upgrade, we're getting weapons upgrade, and all that stuff.
Yeah. What I think is what I'm predicting is that the Arbiter's going to be in the game with his the Separatist elites. They're still going to be allied with the UNSC. So this joint operation of the UNSC and the good elites, they're going to meet up with Master Chief, and the UNSC will bring its new updated stuff. The frigate might have it, who knows. And then the elites will bring their Covenant/plasma vehicles and weaponry.
You don't think the rest of the Covenant is with the humans now? Like on the
No, I mean the Fanatics will die to the end.
Okay. So you don't think like the Hunters and whatnot are going to come with them?
I mean, no. I remember, weren't there some of the Covenant species on some, like there were some grunts on the elite side, the good elite side, but they just weren't like in the gameplay of Halo 3. I think like they were like in the lore.
Yeah.
I think I remember and so some Hunters defected too.
Yeah, when I remembered, it was the Hunters, the elites, the grunts versus the brutes, the jackals, and the drones.
But there were still like Hunters and grunts on, and even some elites still on the Covenant side, but very few though.
I mean, yeah, it's more dynamic than the game actually portrays it, because there's a lot more to the universe than just what we have in the games.
Yeah.
And factions and all, but I definitely think we'll see. And by Covenant, can you
Covenant remnants?
Okay.
Right. Think of Fallout New Vegas, the Enclave remnants.
Right. Well, it's like, because elites aren't really part of the Covenant anymore with how the prophets treated them. It could be that the Covenant is new now since since the prophets have been basically, I guess.
You think
So maybe
we'll see
they
the flood?
reformed themselves.
Yeah, either they reform themselves, or maybe there's a maybe by covenant they just mean
a
elites,
new
and whoever decides to join the new elite grouping
So-
of their quote unquote covenant.
Have either of you guys found all the terminals in CE?
Yes.
CEA? They said in the terminals are supposed to release some kind of information or get you more enlightened to what's going to happen in 4. Does it help you at all?
I think just from some of the Forerunner stuff that we saw in the back story of the terminals is probably the stuff that we're going to see in the campaign. I don't remember seeing much detail or many details about Covenant in the terminals, but I mean there was definitely lots of Forerunner stuff that was contained in there, so I'm assuming what we're going to see is some Forerunner stuff that we'll probably see midway and including towards the end of the game.
Well, do you think it's going to be the same enemies, the Covenant and the Flood?
If I were making the game, I wouldn't reintroduce the Flood until like the very end of Halo 4 or maybe the middle of Halo 5. I don't know if Covenant's going to be enemies either. What my gut feeling would say is we're probably going to see some sort of like AI constructs or some of the more mechanical Forerunner stuff left behind, like Sentinels and then whatever other.
There has to be like a meat and potatoes bad guy, like the Elite or the Brute. You know, there's going to be some.
We could get some
I don't know.
some big Forerunner type juggernauts.
I mean, I would say some kind of Forerunner mech like stuff we'll see in Halo 4 and
Well,
or it could even be like a Forerunner. Maybe not necessarily Forerunners themselves, but some kind of Forerunner-esque like organic creature. Like a big, I don't know, metallic kind of, but yet organic creature.
I mean, and I also haven't read the new books that are out either, Glassland and Cryptum, to know kind of what's going on behind there either. I mean, heck, I have like all the Halo books to read.
Well, there's
before Halo 4 comes out, and that's going to be a lot of reading.
Well, there's no telling that there's not another. Well, I guess let's say that there's another organic life form in the universe, and maybe they found the Covenants in the Forerunner stuff, just kind of like the Covenant did. It's not in the same part of the universe, and then they are also fanatical people. Maybe not the same way, but in some kind of capacity. Because we really only find 2 Halos.
Right.
I mean, it's not like it's that big, and there's 7 of these bitches. I mean, they're everywhere. So obviously we didn't get that far out to find that many. If we only found 2 and there are 7 of them, so that means that we haven't even got halfway through the entire universe.
But keep in mind, we don't need to necessarily go to every single Halo. Yes, they could make the Halos all look, very beautiful with the current graphical technology, but is it just going to be the same terrain like over and over and over? Because that would just get redundant and lazy almost.
Well, I would think that they're going to go to some kind of Halo, maybe.
I think the Shield world is a good setting. It's like such a large landscape, so explorable.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious we're going to go to a Shield world.
Well, I mean, the Shield world. I mean, look at what Master Chief is getting sucked into in the teaser. I think.
Yeah,
it's very obvious.
Some kind of Shield world.
Yeah, the Shield world will be the setting of Halo 4, definitely.
I mean, who knows? It might even be like Onyx.
Yeah, I mean, any chance it's Onyx or it's the one that the Spirit of Fire is in?
Ooh.
I doubt. Oh, they could do that. I kind of doubt that they're gonna like include Halo Wars.
Well, the Spirit of Fire isn't in.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a Shield world. It escaped the Shield world, right?
Yeah, it escaped. It was just drifting. But granted, that was like
25 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, they most of the crew went into cryo sleep because I believe the slip place drive, they had to use it to blow up the Shield world or something, right?
Yeah.
So they had to go on kind of like thrusting. Yeah. So I mean, they propulsion.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, since Cortana dropped the beacon for Chief, and I mean, by looking at this game, they obviously got found. It goes to say that the Spirit of Fire probably got found, and heck, that might even lead up to a Halo Wars 2.
That would be awesome.
So I mean, I would assume that's probably where they would leave that plot open.
Happen. So if in 2012 we get Halo 4, and then 2013 I get Halo Wars 2, and I get Halo 2, I don't know, anniversary or whatever you're gonna call it, that would be friggin' sweet. I'm just saying, make it happen, Bungie, or Beaver 3. But if you do a Halo 2 remake, it has to be not in the Halo 4 engine. It has to be BXR. It has to be exactly the same, just upgraded graphics. It's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen, but that would be cool.
BXR. Oh, goodness gracious.
Anyway.
So, let's see. What were some of the other little things I think? Well, so, one thing in here that they said, I mean, take this with a grain of salt, but the question was, will there be a public multiplayer beta like the Halo 3 and Halo Reach betas, where everyday people got to play them? Frankie basically answered in the timeline that they have to develop the game, they're not planning to split off the team and actually do a public beta. It's not a definite no. It's a very likely no, but it's not a definite no.
I would say if they do a beta, I don't see that happening. If they do a beta, I don't think it'll be a everybody can do it sort of thing.
So I mean, at this point,
might be a closed beta.
I guess we kind of talked about this in the last show, but it's like, okay, benefit of having a beta against not having a beta. I mean, with the beta, you can. I mean, if they have a closed beta, I mean, if they have enough numbers in there, then they're fine. But I mean, you're talking about launch day of Halo. You're going to have millions of people playing Halo.
Yeah, so you can't.
If that infrastructure, because this is going to be their first time where they're. I mean, yeah, they might be handling the Reach servers right now, but that's only hundreds of thousands of people. We're talking millions of people.
Yeah, think about it. Don't screw this up. This is really going to be probably the premier 2012 title and holiday. Other than Call of Duty and Madden, all that crap. But there's nothing else.
Yeah, Call of Duty. Oh yeah.
There's no Uncharted's. Might be something big.
No, this is going to be the Christmas present for everyone.
Yes.
So you're talking about like a massive rush on release day, and then another massive rush on Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, don't knock out other titles coming out. There's Diablo 3, right? That's been being.
Well, we don't know that.
That's been anticipated for forever. There's the World of Warcraft expansion, the Mists of Pandaria. That's pretty big. Halo 4 is certainly a juggernaut. Don't get me wrong, but it does have its competition.
Right,
it's almost going to be the second highest sold game this year. Let's just. It doesn't matter.
I'd say that's a safe bet. Yeah, that's a safe bet.
It's going to be the second. Call of Duty is going to be the first, like it always is. Halo 4 will be the second highest sold game this year.
But I mean,
I have a feeling Call of Duty this year might not sell as much as Modern Warfare 3 did, because I think Modern Warfare 3 it was kind of the game where people were like, okay, I'm buying the same product every single year, and there's kind of there will be a gradual fallout from here, I predict.
For people that just want to get on and play though without having to worry about big backstory,
yeah, but even that multiplayer experience, how long is that going to stay? How long is that not going to get old to them? Right, when it's basically the same Call of Duty. I mean, this can't go on forever.
I mean, they change it up a little bit.
Is it enough? It's
not enough for me. So
I don't know.
I think people often overestimate Call of Duty's future. I think it's kind of hit its pinnacle.
Well, yeah, it's we're gonna have to see how. Yeah, it's a whole mess. I'm not going to even try to guess.
It basically, every year is going to stay the same, and that's called sequel fatigue. People are going to get tired of that. People are going to go to those, go to the competition that is actually innovating, as opposed to the same thing every year, basically.
Well, MLG doesn't currently agree with that, so, I mean...
Okay, but how many people really listen to MLG? Well, I mean, let's be a little realistic.
It's been growing.
I'm not putting down MLG, but they don't have a they don't have a huge impact. I mean, there's. I think the percentage of consumers that really pay attention to what MLG says and thinks is quite minuscule in the big picture.
Yeah, but I mean, there is that part of the Halo community that is kind of important. So
is MLG that important? Is complaining about DMRs that important?
Well, I mean, yeah, when it's coming to complaining about stuff, that's not quite...
Have you ever been to one, Jeff?
I have not.
Dude, Dustin, tell me how many people are there.
I'm trying to remember how many people were at the last event. It's
like at least 10 grand.
Oh, I'm not doubting that.
No, it's like 60, 70,000 people.
Oh, I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting it was a big event. I mean, yes, MLG absolutely has a huge following.
The last one was they broke 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
But
I just think that the vast majority of consumers and even the dedicated Halo players, the vast majority just don't care about MLG. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it has a huge
but I mean, there's still competitive communities, not just MLG, that still care about that kind of stuff.
I don't think 343 is building the battle rifle for MLG. They're building it. That makes sense.
Oh, I didn't say that.
No, yeah, but how? We got.
I'm really saying that when the developer is stressing over what MLG thinks about things, that's when it's getting a little ridiculous.
Well, I mean, everyone's going to complain about something. So
I think they should have everybody in, but just be mindful. I don't think that they should go gung ho for one section of the population.
No, well, they shouldn't. But I mean, the competitive multiplayer is pretty much competitive.
Yeah.
I think there's a fine line between the mainstream multiplayer and the MLG multiplayer.
Right. I don't even know how we really got onto MLG in this, anyways. But I mean, in terms of a beta, I don't know. I still think they need somehow to make sure that their netcode is working.
Yeah, to make sure that they don't get blown up on the first day.
Right. Especially for matchmaking servers.
But you have to think about it.
Like, I mean, Reach even had issues starting off.
People are going to be so critical of this game. This is going to be the second highest sold game. It's going to be the number one most critical. We all know Call of Duty is going to work, right? We all know the servers are going to crash the first day and nobody's really going to care. If Halo 4 servers crash, there's probably going to be a lot of people who care.
Yeah. And
who may not play it after that.
Well, I mean, and
people are fickle.
Reach, it's not like Reach didn't have its issues, but Bungie is dedicated enough to where they got their issues resolved pretty quickly when Reach launched. And that was even with a beta. I mean, what do you expect 343 to do without a beta?
I mean, they'll be a little bit behind. I don't see it not happening. Hold on. I don't say it's not going to happen. I see it not happening. This is what I should have said.
Right.
I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not going to say they're not going to do it, but if I had to guess, I don't think they're going to do it. I guess I have enough faith in Microsoft that they should know how their own product works.
Well, you'd think. Here, I mean, there's the hoping.
There's the hoping that I get a closed beta code.
Yeah. Everyone is probably wishing that. But, so let's see. Some of the other things on here. I mean, we already mentioned that the Covenant. I mean, Frankie explicitly said that the Covenant are going to be there. He kind of, well, I say this lightly, kind of clarified the perks thing. Apparently, Frankie did not explicitly use the word perks when he was talking to media, or I guess it was probably like some kind of press release that he gave to the media, but it was the media outlets that coined the term perks with what he was describing.
I think he does say the word perks. I mean, he might take it out of context, but the way he said it, it sounds like he said perks.
Right. But we can't really say...
I think it was in the G4 interview, if I remember correctly.
I mean, according to this, he said he never used the term perks.
That's fine. I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
If you can find an example where he said he used the term perks, then I mean, by all means, go start a flame war on Waypoint.
No, I don't care. I'm fine. But I'm from looking at this, I'm pleasantly surprised.
Right. There's going to be some kind of system. Now, whether it's similar to the Call of Duty perk system or not, we won't know until further down the line. But
let's get this straight. Frankie knows exactly what he's doing. All right.
Right.
We all know this is true. We just don't want to say it. We all know that he is not going to fuck this up. We all know that. However, none of us want to come out and say he's not going to fuck this up. We all know he's not.
Right.
Every time what makes Frankie infallible?
Have you played? Do you think that Reach's title update has made it a lot better? Like made it easier.
It's made it better, but keep in mind an update for an existing game is very minuscule compared to an entirely new game in and of itself.
Well, it just goes to show you that he's paying attention to what we want.
Yeah, I mean, do remember he started out kind of in our position. Now, I mean, granted, being employed by Microsoft does kind of give you some different perspective.
You need a little bit of help. Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at his core, he's definitely fervent about Halo and wants the best for Halo, and he's not gonna do anything that he thinks is going to radically change the way.
I'm not doubting that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying don't think of it. Don't. You know what I mean? Just expect. Just don't expect a perfect game. I'm saying that for any game, right? I mean, everyone can make mistakes. So just keep that in mind.
It won't be perfect.
No game's perfect, and everyone has their own views of how they want things to look. So of course, nothing's going to be perfect.
Like I'm going to be honest. Like I'm not going to touch Forge. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to use the theater. It's cool. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to play the crap out of the campaign. I hope there's firefight. This is the only thing I care about. I'm just saying what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a lot of MLG.
You might use theater if you have a cool clip and you want to show someone real quick.
I mean, I'm not going to use it like often.
Extensively.
I used it in Halo 3 a lot. So, but I have never opened it up and reached.
I mean, if you also have to think about this is a game studio making their game. They're not making our game. They're making their game, and then we're playing their game. So, I mean, there is that kind of flip side of the coin that you do have to think about and be aware of.
We're playing their artwork.
Right. Massive. I mean, when Bungie made Halo, in the documentary, they were making a game that they knew that they wanted to play, but not necessarily other people would play it. And, I mean, lucky for them, they had a stroke of genius, and other people fell in love with it.
Well, I don't know if 343i is really the same way. I mean, they are.
Right. They are a Microsoft subsidiary, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. But
I'm pretty sure that like Microsoft doesn't have 100% say in everything, but they do.
Well, they're the ones funding them, so they basically do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I really don't think Microsoft's going to be all nitpicky about hit scan, or nitpicky of if there's Covenant or not.
No, I mean the finer workings of Halo, they really don't have much. Oop, my mic fell over. They don't really have much control over that, but they do have control over kind of the big picture.
Yeah. And
funding and what kind of information they can release and all that stuff. So, I mean, another thing that at least some other community members that, I mean, I've listened to podcasts and other things, and this kind of goes in conjunction with the Bungie file share, stat tracking, and API going away. Is Microsoft's now in charge of this, and we don't know what kind of support we're going to have for communities being able to access statistics and do some of that stuff, because some of the sites out there, like Forge Hub and Halo Tracker, they're going to be completely shut down come March 31st because they don't have those tools anymore. I mean, they're killing a good portion of the community just by that action. Well, so you have to wonder, okay, how supportive is 343, or otherwise known as Microsoft, going to be supportive of community?
Well, just so everybody else knows, Microsoft does not own RSS feeds or Skype. Well, actually, they do own Skype, so we might be screwed. So more than likely we will still be here next year.
No, we'll still be here.
Well, I mean, like I understand that that's bad thinking. Maybe they didn't bring that portion into their thought process when they were making the game and when they made their team. I guess they could have either A, overthought it, or B, just don't care. Probably they don't care. Because they need to focus on other things. Maybe they'll do it. I don't see it as being...
I mean, we just don't know at this point.
Yeah. If I had an opinion, I would say that they wouldn't worry about it.
I mean, there are a lot of things about Halo right now that's a complete toss-up.
I mean, it's going to be a first-person shooter or RTS? What's it going to be, Halo?
Well, we know it's going to be a first-person shooter.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How sure?
100% sure. We just saw first-person shooting gameplay
I know.
3 days ago. Let's see.
Confirmed Master Chief is wearing boots. Confirmed. So
Confirmed Master Chief does have the cod piece.
Confirmed.
I don't know why that was such a big controversy.
It's just because it was different. You know, I mean, you had to see something that was not the same from before and then make stuff seem... I mean, like, look at those armors. They're all completely different. We don't know why they're different, so we got to talk about it. Battle rifle is different. Okay, so for like me and you, we understand the battle rifle is different. Right. We want to know why. We don't really just care that it looks cooler. Some people just care, oh, dude, that looks awesome. Right. But I'm thinking, why the heck is it different? You know, what happened? What was bad about it before? I understand that they have a better engine, so it might look a little better, but there has to be some kind of reason why they changed it. And that little piece, why the Warthog's different, why the armor's different, what these Spartan 4s are, all that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
I want to know that kind of stuff too, and I'll figure that out when I play the campaign.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're definitely starting to come to that season where we're going to have news definitely probably every month. Well, I say definitely probably. That's kind of counterintuitive.
Just think about
definitely
it.
Every month.
Every day we get closer to the release, so we don't get farther away.
That's true. Although that's not very satisfying.
I mean, I don't really... That's the only thing I can guarantee everybody who's listening is that tomorrow will be one day closer to Halo 4.
Yeah. Something else that popped up in the bulletin, the Cyclops 2, which is the big mech thing that we saw on Warhouse?
Yeah, that's Warhouse.
Warhouse.
Map, yeah.
It's not playable in Halo 4, but apparently there are some other weapon / vehicle in Halo 4 that is supposed to kind of be like a mini-me of that. So we will...
Didn't they say... No, didn't they say but there's vehicles even better than this?
Well, they said that the Cyclops 2 is not playable. You can
the answer to the... Well, okay, here's the question and answer. Will the mid-construction mech seen on the multiplayer levels appear in some form in the campaign of Halo 4? Answer, the Cyclops 2 seen in the center of Warhouse will not be playable, but we will have some vehicle surprises, at least one of which will dwarf that weapon.
It's the elephant. It has to be. It has to be the elephant.
That would be interesting to see the return of the elephant.
I mean, what else is smaller than that or bigger than that isn't either a saber?
It's the failed Tannic instead of the failed boat.
Oh. Okay.
Oh goodness. I mean, let's see. I think other than that, that's pretty much all the solid answers that we got out of this bulletin.
Well, I like the BR question. Did we talk about that one while I was gone?
What do you mean the BR question?
Okay, the question is, does the BR have spread? Is it hit scan? Okay, here's the answer.
Oh.
The BR is a 3-shot burst weapon. It is hit scan. Woohoo! It is in its current tuning, so that means it's not really going to be a hit scan. It has recoil, but no bloom, which causes it to rise slightly in a predictable and suppressible way.
So like the SMG was in Halo 2.
Hopefully it's not like too much.
Well, it's not too much, no, but I'm just saying for comparison, the recoil is that we saw in Halo 2 for the SMG is probably what they're talking about.
It says you will not see bloom as it currently exists, but there will be different methods to...
And you will not see bloom, although it might still be there. I mean, it still is there because you have the inaccuracy of the reticles, so...
And it basically just goes on to say that there's going to be a one-shot weapon, but it's not going to be the BR or the DMR.
I
think that was the most revealing one in the entire. Actually, the entire.
What's the thing about the BR?
Yeah, the hit scan. That's really the only.
You think that's the only thing that people are really interested in?
Well, it's really actual factual information. I mean, I'm glad that the Covenant's back. I mean, in gameplay, really the only question in here that's really answered is the hit scan. That's really the only thing that they give us. You know, that Covenant and that. And you can play Griffball. So.
Yay, Griffball! Woo.
What's that girl's name?
Goose Checka.
Yeah, she'll be happy, I'm sure.
Oh, they already posted an article about it. So.
Yeah, that didn't take long.
Quick question: what do you guys think about the HUD?
I
hate it.
I mean, I have no problem with it. It looks cool to me.
I mean, I know we talked about it.
I know it will not look that good on my television. So, I mean, I can guarantee you that it won't look that good. I like the idea of not having health again. I never liked the idea of having health.
Yeah.
I think personally, this may just be me, but I think that the points place is a little too high. But that may just be the screen. So.
Well, and I mean, they have to position. Well, I guess compared to the radar, yeah, it kind of is.
I think it's just a little too high. I mean, I don't really have a problem with that right now. It's just, if I had a complaint, that would be the only one.
I think the radar is too big. Or is it just me? The radar seems a little too big.
Seems to fit the screen fine.
It seems to be the same size as the old ones. It does look large on the picture. But when you're watching the video, it doesn't really seem to be very big.
Doesn't everything seem large on the picture,
It seemed a little big to me.
Oh, you noticed it while watching the video?
Yeah.
Maybe it's confirmed that we can change the size of the reticle.
You mean the radar?
Radar, whatever.
I want to see...
Both.
I mean, this is something I want to see, and granted, we probably won't get it, but I want to see the ability to move around pieces of the HUD.
Oh, you mean... I mean, I don't... to put it the where you want it, right? You
can do that in, like, PC games. But, I mean, you can have, like a predefined... I mean, they wouldn't have to necessarily give you the whole control of saying, okay, this thing has to go at X32, Y13, something like that. But I mean, have some pre-configured layouts where say if they want the weapons on the left or the right, and maybe the score on the left or the right with the radar swapped or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how that would hurt anything. I like the idea of the way it looks now, but if you could change it, that'd be cool. I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's probably not gonna happen, but it would be cool to see that happen. I
mean, I don't. Did you guys talk about? I know I left early, but I wanted to ask one thing. In the Vidoc, I saw two weapons definitely, and I saw one other weapon that maybe. Did you guys talk about how many weapons you actually saw? Because you can definitely see the pistol, and you can definitely see the BR.
There's the pistol, the BR, and then
probably the sniper.
Yeah, probably a sniper. And, I mean, I was talking to Daft about this earlier. But, I mean, the whole speculation of people saying, oh, is the sniper going to be in there? Or is rocket launcher going to be in there? All the core weapons of Halo are going to be in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about your battle rifle, your magnum, your shotgun, sniper, and rockets. All those, at least, are going to be on the human side. And we would like to see maybe SMG, AR, and grenade launcher. We would like to see those.
I want scoped SMG.
I would say we have the AR as well.
I think there's a core family of Halo weapons.
Yeah.
The core family would be like plasma pistol, plasma rifle, assault rifle, BR, sniper, rockets, magnum,
shotgun,
and shotgun. That's around the core family. The extended family is kind of a little more out there stuff. Yeah, fuel rod, concussion rifle. Plasma launcher, Spartan laser, a little
flamethrower,
flamethrower. So
carbine.
I mean, in my opinion, they should just have every vehicle. I mean, not every vehicle, but they should have every weapon.
Yeah, why not? What's it gonna hurt?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, bring back the flamethrower. I mean, yeah, bring back the Sentinel beam, the beam rifle. Why not? You know.
Yeah,
Bring back the flame grenades.
Yeah, it's flame grenades. Yes, no, seriously, yeah.
It makes more sense that they won't have spike grenades because we're probably not going to see brutes.
Right. Yeah, no, didn't really even like the spike grenades that much.
Not really.
I liked them. I liked the way that they floated. It seemed like that
they got annoying, to be honest.
Well, because like if you stood next to it, you didn't know.
Like one could go off, and this is especially prevalent on maps like Standoff in High Ground, or the asymmetric. Is it High Ground? I forget what the one is on Halo 3. That's the asymmetric one. It's the gate. I think it's High Ground. But it's like the grenade explodes, and then you can die 1 second later from the spikes that somehow don't stick into the walls.
Yeah.
And are bouncing around like 4 or 5 different times. So
I liked using it, like in Infection. Is that what it's called? The map where you were basically there were two bases and the ghost was at the bottom. There were 2 bases and both ghost was at the bottom. It was a really small map.
Snowbound?
No, that's Snowbound. The one where it was all flood infested.
Ivory
Tower.
No, it's. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That was called Infest.
Everyone's yelling at us right now on what the map name is.
Well, they have Google. We don't. We're
we have Google. We're just not
live.
Well.
Ooh, this looks nice as my background, guys.
Dang it! I'm using Google right now. I can't believe I've forgotten this. I'm gonna just punch myself when I figure out what this is. Isolation.
Ow. I knew it was an I. Did you really punch yourself?
Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm kidding.
Were you to that time
Isolation?
That I told DeWeese to smack his brother. Were you there? So there was this one time.
Oh yeah.
It's a story for all you people who are into Podtacular. I used to be the overlord of Pro B, which is one of our pro clans. And I told we had a pair of brothers, Reaping Raven and DeWeese, that were on the show, and that were not on the show, but in my clan. And they were both asking to be staff, because in Halo 2 you could put staff members in your clan. And I told them if one of them would slap the other one right then I'll give him staff. And then Dewey slapped the shit out of his brother. You could hear it. He was like, "What?" He was like, "Oh, why'd you hit me?" Anyway, it's one of those great moments that no other Halo game has been able to give me.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember that.
Were you there? Or you just heard the story?
I heard there was something somewhere where someone did slap someone.
Oh,
maybe it was over a Xbox party.
Oh, okay. I mean, it was online. It wasn't on.
Right. Yeah, it was not. It was like in Halo or something.
Yeah, it was in Halo 2.
Oh, if it was Halo 2, then no, probably not. I'm probably thinking of a different time then.
Well, anyway, that's gonna be your Podtacular history lesson. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ladies don't listen to this.
Ladies do listen to this.
We should start asking for submissions again. I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion.
Submissions are always open, so people
don't know that. We have to have a specific show by then. Okay, we shouldn't be talking about this on the air.
People submit your stuff.
Submit your stuff and what you
Tales,
guys
customs.
So all of you guys want to hear. I'm gonna make it a little more easy for them. So all of you guys that have wanted to vent about the Halo podcast, about the Halo Vidoc, they listen to us. Frankie listens to us. You guys know BS Angel listens to us. But you don't know if they read your form. So why don't you send us your mail and we will read it on the show. Guaranteed read on the show.
I like
so
your segue.
So if you send us stuff, they will hear it. Guaranteed. I'll even email Frankie. I got his email. I really don't. But I'll email it to him.
I have his email indirectly. through BS Angel. Oh, goodness.
I'm just saying, if you guys want to start posting some stuff so you can hear some good like in the old days.
It's not like we don't want to do a voicemail show or a random show or a Tales show. It's just we don't have the email, like,
All right,
last
so
email I got was 2 months ago.
So if you're listening to this, and if Dustin's email works, because 2 months is a long time.
It does work.
Okay, so his email does work, confirmed. Okay, I need you guys to post your thoughts on the Vidoc. We know you're downloading. We know that we had 6,000 downloads that one day.
I'll check real quick. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say. I'll check real
So
quick.
we had 6,000 in one day. So at least 20 of you listened to the whole thing, and 20 submissions. 20 submissions is enough to fill the entire show. So if you guys would ever be just so kind, and if you guys want Bungie, I keep saying Bungie, 3 for 3 and Frankie and Shiska and the awesome people that work there to hear your thoughts and your concerns, let them know and let us know by submitting to Podtacular.
And we can't say that we'll definitely hear something from them, but I mean they'll at least hear it.
Yeah, one way or another they'll hear it. And I'm not gonna say anything's gonna happen from it, but they'll at least hear. I'm pretty sure if enough people submit, I don't want the BR in the game, they probably won't put it in there.
Yeah, we're currently over 8,500 downloads or hits.
That's in 2 days.
Yeah, that's 2 days.
Okay, so at least 20 of you guys listen to the whole thing. I'm saying at least 20 confirmed have listened to it.
How do you have them confirmed?
I haven't confirmed. I cannot confirm nor deny how I get my sources.
All right.
This time.
Well, Greg and Daft have some prior commitments, so we are going to have to wrap the show up. But again,
my prior commitment is sleep.
Again, you can email us either by using the submission form on our webpage at podtacular.com, or you can send us an email directly at submissions@podtacular.com.
Or the big
green button. Or you can send us a voicemail.
It's actually a very
Call
nice.
us at 206-888-HALO. Leave a message.
I think we're gonna make a post about it too, so you guys can remember all this stuff. So no, if you forgot that number, or if you forgot submissions at podtacular.com, then just look on podtacular.com and you will see the email address, which is submissions@podtacular.com.
Indeed.
Or the big green button at the very top that says submit. I don't know if you have seen it before, but it's,
we
big
got
and
the
green.
picture, Greg. Thanks.
it says submit. Submissions@podtacular.com.
All right. Well, next show we're actually recording tomorrow will be an MLG show.
Ooh.
Pick of the Devil.
Who's gonna be on? Because I won't be.
Naked Eli and Anti-Pro at the moment. So, at when it actually comes out, it'll be 3 or 4 days after this one gets released.
Is Keat gonna be on that one too?
No. No, he's not. He was supposed to be on the night, but he didn't come on. So.
I know. That's why I was.
And then the show after that, by popular demand of Twitter, we will have an Armor Lock roundtable.
Oh, are you kidding me? How many? Oh my god. Okay,
Dude,
so Daft and Keat are gonna be there.
Oh yeah.
We should get JVP.
They're going to be in prime form.
No.
No.
I think Chucky.
No.
Wait, no. We gotta have 2 people for and 2 people against, and a moderator. I'll be the moderator.
I think I'm the moderator.
Okay, you're the moderator. I don't really care. I'll be for it. I'll be on both sides. I'm a debater or whatever.
I mean, there's pros and cons to it, so it's like, I'm neutral.
Yeah, I'm neutral.
I love it when I use it, which is rarely, but I hate it when it gets used against me annoyingly.
My favorite thing in Halo Reach is using it properly. I feel like, oh yeah, I'm using Armor Lock to not be a noob.
Yeah. All right. Until next time. Peace.
See you guys.
Better outro. Or better departure statements.